Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm just running a little bit behind today. Let me get you guys brought up on my laptop. Not my laptop, on my iPad. Just running a little bit behind today. Let me find my volume on my laptop. There we go. Say hello when you're coming on. I combed my hair, but it looks kind of wild. Okay, I gotta finish getting all set up here. While we wait for everybody to get on, I'll introduce myself. I'm Deborah Bucher with Deborah Bucher Designs, and I'm on Facebook every single Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So whatever time it is where you're living, where you tuned in now, that's what time I'm on every day, unless your time changes. Our time never changes, so we always know what time it is. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining me. I'm just running a little bit behind, and just trying to get organized. So I think I'm ready. Okay. Hi, Pam. So you guys, I have this cute little bunny that I got at TJ Maxx last weekend when my granddaughter was here visiting. And I had seen a picture. Scruffy, what are you eating? Okay, that's all right. I had found a picture of a bunny that I thought was so cute. I don't really like all the dots and stuff on him, but I love the carrot and his ears, and I'm going to find him some glasses. I looked over the weekend and didn't find any, but if worse comes to worse, I can always order them off of Amazon, but then you get 8 pairs of them instead of just one. And I don't think I need 8 pairs of glasses, so we'll see. And if you're trying to find him, TJ Maxx had a bunch of rabbits. This was the only one that was exactly like this, but they did have a whole bunch of really cute ones. And this one is designed by Martha Stewart, or her mini elves. Hi, Maria. So I am not the queen of checks, but I think I can probably manage it. I'm going to, I like how there are little like cracks and distressing on him, but I plan, and there's, all around him. But I plan on painting him white, and I'm going to use cotton, Dixie Belle cotton. And unfortunately, we're still backwards. I know there's a way to work around it, but I can't remember how I did it. And I've noticed all the content creators are working backwards right now, so I figure I'm just not going to stress myself out trying to figure it out. So, and I thought I'd read something that Facebook had already just corrected it, but they haven't. That was misinformation. So I'm just going to start off by putting a coat of white on him. Hi, Mickey. Oh, well, I guess I need to put the camera down, huh? I really am discombobulated. I was just going to leave the camera on me and you could just look at me for the next hour and guess what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Does that work? I really need to come in here and spend a half an hour straightening up my work table here. So I'm going to take that little tag off. I'm going to put it right there though, because if you ask me 15 minutes from now what store I got it at, I won't be able to tell you because I've started shopping there because they just opened in Surprise a whole area of stores, including the Hobby Lobby. And we've gone so many years, because I moved here in 2003. We've gone so many years with nothing. And now we have a bunch of stores and restaurants and a Hobby Lobby, and it's just so fabulous. So my granddaughter was spending the weekend with me, weekend before last. Her mom was in India, and we went shopping, and while we were shopping, I was looking. We went to Hobby Lobby first because this was what I was looking for. And I didn't find it at Hobby Lobby. They were still just putting out their Easter stuff when I was there, but what they were putting out was a little bit disappointing. So I'm using Dixie Belle cotton. It's the whitest white. The next white would be fluff. And if I told you it wasn't as white as cotton, you wouldn't know it. I mean, there is a difference, but it's still a lovely white. So you could use any white that you have on hand. And just find yourself a cute bunny. I don't think I'm going to repaint his carrot. I think I'm going to leave his carrot just like it is and just paint the checks over it. Let's see if I have comments over here. Hang on, I'm trying to get comments up. Yeah, Mickey, I'll go get the trays and show you. I'd be happy to. Let me get a coat of paint on here and then I'll go grab the trays. I really, really love doing those trays, and I have another one that's ready to get resined also. I'll show you that one too. Mickey, you're in the resin tray class, right? I like having this bunny white better than I like this creamy color. And I'm thinking, I hope I don't jinx myself by saying this, but I'm thinking that this is like a pretty easy, simple project. You know, sometimes I get these complicated, time-consuming projects going, but this one I think is a pretty easy one. Hi, Debbie. So Mickey, I asked you a question, maybe you walked away. Are you in my resin tray class? If you guys aren't in the resin tray class, you can still get in it. It's an online class. And it teaches you how to properly pour the resin on your trays and get a nice finish around the edges. That's always the tricky part. It's only $20 and you have access to it for 3 months. At least 3 months, maybe longer. Some of you will be longer. That's what I thought. Well, Mickey, you still have access to that. And I did post pictures of these trays in that class. So, but I'll go get them and show you guys. But I thought you were in that class. I guess I was saying I wasn't going to paint this carrot, but I guess the carrot's black and white, so I guess I do need to paint it. Oh, goodness. Sometimes I worry myself. So are you guys working on any Easter projects? I've seen a lot of really pretty stuff out there lately. I'm going to dry his little bums so I can set him down. You guys aren't too chatty today. So I guess I don't have to be careful with that carrot. I was being so careful. That carrot will take a couple of coats. I do think I'm going to leave the greenery there. Well, Debbie, that sounds perfect. I didn't even look at Ross. I think we have a Ross over here now. Well, that's cool. If we don't have a Ross over here, I think we have it in Downtown Surprise. I just never shop at Ross, so I'm not like a big time shopper. I am, you know, like Hobby Lobby. I'll get in the car and drive there for sure. But I don't even go to the grocery store. Most of the time, like 98% of the time, I just get my groceries delivered. And I sort of feel a little guilty about doing that, but gosh, it saves me so much time. And I think in the long run, it actually saves me money because you're not doing impulse buys. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that so I don't feel guilty about never going to the grocery store. So there's definitely places on here that I'm going to need to, they have a Ross off of the 303 and Waddell by the Costco. So Debbie, you're talking about over there where all the other stores are, the stores and the restaurants, and over in that area there's a Ross. I kind of thought there was, but like I said, I'm not a Ross shopper, so. Debbie, do you live out this way? Where do you live at, Debbie? I didn't realize you lived out here. Have you ever been into my studio? Okay. I have a girlfriend that lives out close to Verrado. She might actually be in Verrado. I know she's out that way. And I'm not going to paint over the eyes, but I think I can make them look prettier. When I used to teach ceramics, I probably painted 1,000 eyes or more. I would teach people how to paint their own eyes, but they always wanted me to paint their own eyes. So he's got a rosy nose and rosy cheeks, and I'm going to go back in and redo those. Looks like I'm frozen again. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Becky. I just don't, I've just gone for so many years with no shopping out here that I just don't get out enough, you guys. But like I said, my granddaughter loves to shop, so we always go shopping. And if it's summertime, we go swimming and shopping. And I haven't been in a Goodwill in quite a long time. So I don't know if you can find any bunnies or Easter stuff in the Goodwill right now. Melissa, did you get your tray done? Becky, I got him at TJ Maxx, and he was inexpensive. He was only $7.99. I know this is backwards. I don't know what the problem is. And I heard a rumor over the weekend that Facebook had fixed it, but not that I'm aware of. I need to check in with my business group. They usually keep me in the know of what's going on. I have a thing about bunnies. There are so many bunnies in my house. I've told this story before. I was visiting a girlfriend that lived in Atlanta, and we went to the Swan Mansion in Atlanta. It was it's not the Swan Mansion, it's a Swan Plantation. And it was a really beautiful home. And there was a swan in every single room in that mansion. And so when you're getting the tour, you kind of like look around everywhere to spot where the swan is in that room. And I really loved that idea. And since I love bunnies so much, I've kind of done the same thing in my own house. You can look around and try to find the bunnies because there's one in every room. It's got such a sweet face. Do you, Melissa? Well, I am of the opinion you cannot have too many bunnies. I'll probably put this guy in the guest bedroom when Easter's over. This bunny's going to get some lashes. That's cool, Melissa. Becky, he's feeling so much better. He's back to his normal self. I'm pretty sure it was my fault that he got sick because he is such a picky eater. Ridiculous how picky he is. And I had got a roasted chicken, which I feed him roasted chicken all the time. But I think I just gave him sections of chicken that just had too much fat because he got sick in the middle of the night. Threw up on my bed. He was not feeling good. So when I first got him, I didn't know what he liked to eat. And when I had my toy poodle, I always made his food and he loved it. So I made that same recipe for Scruff and he turned his nose up at it. And so then I tried Farmers, but Farmers is just too expensive. I don't even spend that much money on my own food. And so I stopped that. And then I forget what the brand is. That's another brand that is supposedly fresh cooked. And he'll eat it if he's starving. And so I usually mix it with chicken and other things. Okay, he looks pretty cute. I like this color on him a lot better. And it's kind of cool because all those cracks that were in there, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but all of those cracks that were in the wood, because I think this is wood. I don't think it doesn't feel heavy enough to be, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just some kind of composite. anyway, thank you for asking. He is feeling better. And so after making him sick like that, then I went back to made an alteration of the recipe I used to make for Bogey and fed him that. And it has roasted chicken in it, and it has carrots, and it has rice, and it has rice, oh, and pumpkin. And he's eating that up like it's the most delicious thing he's ever had. I'm just painting the white around his eyes. This would be easier if I switched brushes. I think I will for that one. Now, if you don't have a real steady hand and you're doing detail stuff like this, you can always like stick your finger out to steady your hand like this. And that gives you more control over your brush and where you're painting and when you're doing detail work. I'm going to go back and redo these eyes, but I just want to get a coat of that white on. That looks better already. So I need to go over the carrot because the carrot is still showing orange through it. So what do you guys do for spring and for Easter? Do you decorate your house for the holidays? Or do you just decorate for Easter dinner? Or what are your traditions? Okay, and interestingly enough, there's some like shady spots where the original yellow creamy color underneath is coming through. So I just want to touch that up a little bit. okay. There may be other places that need touching up, but I think we'll work on the ears. I'll leave that there, and then I need some black. I'm going to use the Dixie Belle Anchor, and that's the silk paint in black. And I'm using it for two reasons. I like the other black also. It's a really good black. Both blacks are really good. But the silk has a primer and a paint color and a top coat all in one. And you get really, really good coverage with it. So that's why I'm going to use it. And I need to just give those ears a dry. And you guys, I am not the queen of checks. I do checks like, oh, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So if you guys have suggestions, I'm open to any comments or suggestions you have to guide me along. So I'm just taking my lead pencil here and just outlining how far up I want those checks to go. I don't know if that's like the necessary thing to do, but on my picture that I posted, they've outlined it with black, and I don't know, maybe I do want it outlined with black. What do you guys think? So I know a lot of you guys do checks all the time, so I am open for any advice you have. Okay, so I have like my border there. This might be too big. Or it might just be right. I have a bunch of my rulers, plastic rulers that I have cut up. I needed them cut up for that Indian design I did on my jean jacket. So let's see, they did 3 checks across in the center. Okay, that looks decent. See if I can do it again. So I do sell these flexible rulers. They're not, I don't have one handy. They're not normally cut up like this. Like the other half of the ruler is like this. And then I just sliced it down because I needed thin strips to make straight lines with. But these little pieces work out really good for a project like this. And that's probably good right there. Let's see. We'll do just a little tiny line, like right there. I'm impressed with myself, you guys. It's the little things in life, right? You guys are super quiet today. I don't think I'm frozen here. Oh, it looks like you guys have been chatting and I'm just not getting it. Well, let me close out and come back again. Okay, so you guys have been chatting. It just was frozen on me. Well, Debbie, I don't call that cheating. I just, you're just using your tools. And of course you just eyeball it, Melissa. Well, Susan, I'm pretty much a novice too, but I think I can do it. I just want to do it well. And I know a lot of the gals on here are like experts at this. And I am not. I love checks, And I love it when I see other people doing checks. But this honestly is working out pretty good. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at myself. Okay, and then I'm going to start with one going up there. So that'll get painted. So X, 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 X. And then is it the camera that's feeding up? Well, what is it doing? Okay, you guys, I'm going to go out and come in, I guess.